So
anything can happen here at Kids Comic Con.
Yeah. So that went on for about a year, and then Jay and I pitched and did what ended up being a 4-issue miniseries for Image Comics to create our own series called Venture.
Oh, and we have one of the posters.
Yeah.
Too. I'm not going to cut to the poster right now because your face is looking, really good. The lighting is complimentary. Yeah.
So
hold on a second. There's chair scraping. Hang on a second. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So
go ahead.
we did Venture, and then right after we did Venture, I ended up after we stopped doing Venture because we couldn't afford to do it anymore.
Okay. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that's another story to get into. But I was offered a graphic album series for a French publisher, for Humanoids Associés, which I ended up working on for about a year and a half.
Some beautiful stuff, I will add.
Yeah. Which was supposed to see print in the States and never did. But
well, some beautiful stuff nonetheless. I got to see it, and that's what counts.
So I did that, and then while I was working on the second book for Humanoids, I got a call from DC offering me an issue of Firestorm, which I turned down. Because, I was working again. I was working for Humanoids. I was doing fill-ins at DC. I was doing fill-ins at Marvel. I was actually, when they called me, I was working on Army of Angels for Humanoids. I was also penciling an issue of Marvel Age Spider-Man for Marvel, and then I get this call actually this was the second call that I got about Firestorm, because the first call I got was from the writer Dan Jolly before the series started, and he wanted to pitch my name as the penciler for the series, and I really couldn't commit to it at the time. Right. And then Pete Tomasi called me and offered me a fill-in issue, and I was like, you know what, I would love to do it. I can't. I'm too busy. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was the end of it until he called me back the next day and said, listen, I have to make some more phone calls, but I wanted to call you first. We want to offer you the book. We want you to be the artist on Firestorm. And I said, I would love to do it. I really can't. And I hung up the phone. I got about 5 steps away and I said, what are you doing? So I called Pete back and I said, listen, I've got to juggle a couple of things, but I'm in. I'm on board. So I took over Firestorm. I did that for 2 years.
Really great year. Yeah. Great years, man.
The first year.
Because honestly, I don't follow the strip, but I had to. I had to keep picking up issues.
I did that for 2 years. First with Dan Jolly, and then with Stuart Moore. And then after that, I did Nightwing for a few issues with Mark Wolfman. In between, I did 52, I did Countdown, I did Tangent Superman's Reign, and when I was doing Tangent Superman's Reign, almost 3 years ago at this point, I get a call from Matt Idelson saying that they need an artist for Supergirl. And I was like, well, I committed to doing this Tangent thing. It's like, dude, come on, it's Tangent. You really want to keep doing that for another 5 issues? Or do you want it to Supergirl?